Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's been said that, and I might as well join on the team, I'm very, very conflicted with this resolution, to put it mildly. And the reason being is that it is very clear to me, I'm going to own this, is that adding more police does not equate to making our communities safe. It just does not. And the notion that having more police in our community will make our communities safe is just not valid. It is a fact that in many of our communities of color, police are not welcomed in. We have to own that. We have to claim that, whether you like it or not. It is a fact, and I state it emphatically. I also want to state the fact that with the OIR study, the recommendations that have been included in that study, the police have looked at that. They absolutely have looked at that, and I'm looking forward to the report and the response that they come out with. But I also want to say that it is incumbent on this body to make sure that the OIR report is a living and breathing document, not one that we receive and we put on the shelf. It is a living document, and we must hold the police accountable. So passing and say that we will add 8 more police or 10 more police, that's not the issue. It's holding the police accountable for making our community a better place for all to live. Now, having said that, is that I had to really separate the volume of contacts that I've received, and I go back to the fact that this body authorized the police to go ahead and apply for the COPS grant. They did that. We were not successful in receiving the grant, but the caveat is that in case we did not receive the COPS grant, this caveat said that we would bring on additional officers. And so separating that, I had to really kind of maneuver and say, what is actually before us? What's actually before us is that if we do not make the report an active, living document, that we are calling our police officers accountable in terms of looking at their staffing, looking at their special teams, where is there the most impact. We have to look at it all. And I believe that if Chief Koval could go back to the council meeting where he sat behind Alder Balde and change that scenario, I absolutely believe that he would have done that. It is in my heart that that was absolutely the night that separated the them against us. It separated the community and the council working together collaboratively. This is a city issue that we could have addressed as a team, but no, we did not. That was ill. That was an ill statement. It set up some dynamics, but you cannot unring the bell. The bell was rung. I believe in police. I've supported it. I've seen positiveness of it, and I've seen negativeness of it. I know about profiling. I'm a black female, and I have to say that I was quite offended when we received the email related to us supporting the $400,000 study. All right? I was quite offended by that, as other members of the council was offended by that. That is not okay. That's a climate and a culture that we, regardless of which side you sit on, we have to denounce that. And it was dismissed. Well, the gentleman apologized. Well, that's not good enough. It should not, the climate should not have ever happened. And so I have to go back and look at what we voted on when we thought we were going to get the COPS grant. And what we voted on was, if we received the COPS grant, we would determine how many police officers we would bring on board. I've been all over the place, on one side and the other. And I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth at my vote. But I absolutely will implore the chief and his command staff to take a serious look at the OIR report, take a serious look at how police officers are received and perceived in our neighborhoods, the positiveness that some officers are received and perceived, and the negative ways that some are not. I ask them to look at the culture within your own police department. When officers of color say that they are recruited, but they're not honored, all of those things are cyclical, and we have to look at those as we work collaboratively toward forming a police department that is whom they say they are, for a community that we're moving toward, that will be a community that works for everyone. So that's my speech. I'm a preachy speech, and that's okay too. But I am deeply conflicted with this vote. I have to say I support it because that's what we committed to do it. But my heart and my passion is not in the vote, because there are so many unanswered questions out there that we as a council, even before we came on board, have been passed along. Well, we're not passing along anymore. We're not rubber stamping the police staffing anymore. We have to be accountable to all of the city. And so I'm rambling and I'm going to stop, but emotionally, I expect more. I expect better. And we as a council, we have to expect more and expect better. And if we don't ask for it, if we don't demand it, then we won't get it. I expect more, and I'm going to be asking for more.